Have you ever wondered what this liquid oil is on top of your natural peanut butter?
Never once in my life, because I know that that is peanut oil, which separates out from the peanuts. Because in natural peanut butter, people want it to do that, or else they don't trust that it is natural. And if it doesn't do that, it has emulsifiers in it. And for those of you that are wondering at home, emulsifiers sounds like a scary word, but it's just a technical terminology that means substance that would help liquids that normally wouldn't mix stay mixed together. A more natural way of emulsifying something is mayonnaise. An egg yolk in mayonnaise naturally helps the oil and water bind together using something called lecithin that occurs naturally inside the egg yolk. And this is how we get the wonderful product of mayonnaise that everybody loves to put in their sandwiches. Otherwise, oil and water would just never mix.
That's a seed oil. That's peanut oil from these ground up peanuts.
Paul. You and your followers are the first to point out redundant semantics in ingredient names. It's not a seed oil, it's a nut oil.
Sitting on top here, touching the plastic, becoming oxidized and rancid over the time that this peanut butter sits on the shelf.
Oils don't become oxidized and rancid by touching plastic. Oils become oxidized and rancid by being exposed to more oxygen, which they are not, heat, which they are also not. And you know what? Here are some other things that might impact that. Plastic's not one of them.
This peanut butter's probably already been sitting on the shelf for 4 months.
Because it can. Woo! Science.
And it could sit on the shelf for another 8 months.
And why are we complaining about it? That sounds incredible. That sounds like feeding more people in more remote places.
You have aflatoxin in the peanuts, which nobody really talks about. It's a mold toxin, probable carcinogen for humans.
Oh my God. Aflatoxin is an example of a mycotoxin, which is a fungal related toxin that grows on the outer shell of peanuts. The only people in the world that are exposed to a lot of aflatoxin as a result of peanuts or corn would be the people that are in the fields farming it. And do you want to know what's a great way to help regulate this carcinogen, which the average person cannot consume enough peanut butter to have a problem with this? Pesticides. I think that's enough making up random in a grocery store for today, Bobby. I mean, Polly. Same thing. They're like brothers by now. I can hardly tell them apart anymore.